Hi, it's Holly and welcome to my If I Stay movie discussion video. I'm not even going to do a review and pretend there's not going to be spoilers because for me personally, I just don't think I can talk about this movie and not discuss spoilers. I went and saw it last night. Actually, I saw it with my parents and I bawled my ever-loving eyes out, like from the beginning. Although in my defense, the last trailer right before it was the trailer for Dolphin Tale 2, and I mean that just like primed you for tears. This is another reason I think I cried a lot, is having read both books, If I Stay and Where She Went. I obviously knew what was going to happen in If I Stay. Like you have this like few moments where you think like maybe her dad's alive or her brother's going to make it, but neither of them do. And I obviously know it's not going to happen, so whenever you have these like moments, I'm just thinking about when they're going to die or when they're going to be dead. Also, there's moments when things happened or things were said, like by Adam, that are important to the story and Where She Went, which I found to be a much more emotional read. So I was then there emotionally crying. At one point my dad looked at me in the theater and it was like during like a happy scene, and I cried more during the happy moments than during the sad moments, because the happy moments made me think of the sad moments. And he looked at me like I was a crazy person, and I was like, you don't understand. I went into it knowing I was going to cry a lot, so I don't mind at all, and I thought it was a really good film. Okay, so in general as a film, I thought it was really good. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the music was done really well. They chose to have a narrator, which, yes, they had Chloe Grace Moretz narrating the trailer, but I didn't necessarily know if that meant she'd be narrating the film or not. And I think that was really important because the story is about her. It's about her decision and what the choices she makes in life. And so you need to be in her head and you need to know more. And I like narration and voiceover, so I really appreciated it. I thought it was a good choice. I loved all of the characters. Like, I felt connected to all of them. I thought the actors all did a good job, from Chloe playing Mia to the little boy that played Teddy. I thought he was really good. I also thought it was a pretty good adaptation. I thought it was really accurate. I'm so glad they decided to do the same storytelling method where it bounces between like the past and the present. I think that makes it more like emotionally raw, because you kind of get sucked into the happy times in the past and then it's like ripped away from you, and it's like you suddenly lose that again every single time, kind of just like Mia does. So you're with her, and I'm so glad they decided to keep that in the movie. The music was amazing. Like, in retrospect, how was this book as good as it was? Because music is such an integral part of it. Like, for their whole lives, for both Adam and Mia, like, music is such a big deal. And I feel like just looking back on it, it shows how good of a writer Gail Horman is, because I never questioned that. I never questioned their skill. I never questioned or thought, oh, this would be better if I, like, as a movie or anything. Having the ability to add, like, auditory, like, stimulation does a fantastic job. And I'm assuming all of the songs that Adam's band sings were original, and if whatever they were great. They were really, really awesome. I really only have like 2 complaints, I think. One I'm not sure about, so 3 maybe, about the adaptation, like when it comes to that. One is her friend Kim. I felt like in the book, Kim and Adam have kind of this like antagonistic relationship, and that's not in the movie at all. And my biggest issue with that being gone is that gives Kim like more personality. Like, she also has more personality in the book, and I feel like they just kind of like let her float and be kind of bland in the story. Actually, my parents said they found her kind of non-interesting, and so I was a little disappointed that they did that to her. Like, so many of the other characters were like really well realized, but hers was just bleh. And my other issue is the nurse character. I mean, I think she did a fantastic job with what she had, and I liked her, but I feel like she was more of a character in the book. I feel like I remember her kind of being more aware of what was going on. So, and by the nurse character, I mean the nurse, like, at the hospital taking care of her, the one that whispers in her ear, not her, like, parent's friend that's a nurse. To me, in the book, I feel like if you wanted to read the book a certain way, you could read the book and view her as kind of an angel-like character, where you could view it as she knows what's going on, she knows that Mia is there, and she's kind of gently guiding her towards a decision. But I feel like, and I kind of feel like this was a conscious decision, they removed some of that to make her just more of like the kind of nurse that believes in more than just science, which is fine, but that was something I remember really liking about the book, and I told my parents about that, and they said that they would have liked that a little more also. But I mean, I understand why they would take it out. The third thing that I had a little issue with, and this is where I said, like, I'm not sure if this is a complaint as an adaptation. I don't remember the first book being so much about Adam and Mia's romance. I feel like I remember the book being much more evenly divided between the romance storyline, her and Kim, which in the movie got, like, I feel like really pushed aside, and between her and, like, all of her different family members. Maybe I'm just not remembering it correctly, so if you disagree, let me know. I also just don't remember them having that many issues. Like, kind of in seeing the movie, I was almost like, should these two people even be together? Like, they fought constantly. Was that in the book and I just overlooked it? Or I don't remember that being in If I Stay at all. In all well-rounded fairness, I will say my stepmom enjoyed it, not as much as me. She did like it. She cried a little bit. My dad did not like it. He didn't cry at all, and he's a crier. Like, he cries, and this is like right up his alley. Like, he likes stuff like this, and he was like all gung-ho to go see this movie and wanted to like it. He just felt like it wasn't well directed and well acted. He couldn't really tell me anything specifically, but I think he just struggled to connect to any of the characters, like any of them. He couldn't connect to her parents, he couldn't connect to Mia. He said the closest he came was the grandfather scene, you know, in that moment. I think if maybe they had done more to develop the Mia-Gramps relationship, that may have connected him a little bit more, but you know. But I just figured I would put his opinion out there since it differed from mine. And I love the ending. I loved the ending. So the ending is, and like, I knew, the theater was pretty full. It was a lot of people. It was mostly like older couples, which I think is really interesting. Like people my parents' age, or like people in like their 40s, 50s, 60s. But I mean, we went on like a Saturday night, so it's not like we were there at like a matinee or anything. The ending, when it cuts to that white screen, for like a hot second I really thought they were going to end it there, and I was like, no, they won't, they're going to do the real ending. And you could hear the people in the audience being like, is that the end? What's going on? And I thought it was perfect. They drew it out just long enough so you literally had this moment of, are we not going to know if she's going to stay or go? And can I say that part of me thinks that would be an amazing ending? I feel like a lot of people would be disappointed, but I think it would be awesome to have this like open-ended, where you kind of have to figure out which she would choose. But then they ended with her waking up and him saying Mia, and I thought it was perfect. And I don't think they need to make where she went. My stepmom said she didn't like it, but I didn't ask why. I'm not sure why. But I think it's perfect, because to me, this story is all about Mia's decision to stay or to go. This book and this movie is not about the ramifications of that decision, what happens, like what she chooses to do afterwards, how her relationship with Adam or Kim or her grandparents is affected by that decision. It is literally about her decision to either live or die. And so I think the ending is perfect. Part of me wants them to make Where She Went, but part of me doesn't want them to make. If you saw If I Stay, let me know what you thought of it, if you liked it or if you didn't. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!